Before you begin your installation of ShareScan, there are a few considerations. The first is to look at the operating system of the PC where you'll be installing the application. Note that ShareScan can also be installed within a virtual machine environment, in which case the operating system is important there as well. ShareScan supports most modern Windows operating systems including XP, Vista, Windows 7, and several Windows Server versions. PC memory is critical to the proper operation of the software. Nuance makes recommendations for PC memory based on the environment and the number of scanning devices involved. It's important to note that all of the information we cover in this tutorial, including how to properly size your manager PC, can be found in both the ShareScan pre-installation list and the ShareScan installation guides. These documents can be found on the ESPN website. You should pay extra attention that you have automatic updates on the operating system turned off before proceeding with the installation. ShareScan 5.0 installs a customized Apache Tomcat web service. Pre-existing Tomcat installations are not supported. ShareScan relies on the Apache Tomcat web service in two ways. Certain vendors' embedded clients rely on that service to provide communication between the MFP device and the ShareScan manager. Secondly, Apache Tomcat provides the ShareScan simulator interface, which everyone can use to test out their ShareScan connector profiles. Because of this reliance on the Tomcat product, you must ensure that Microsoft IIS does not conflict with it. You should either remove IIS altogether from the PC, or if you're knowledgeable in IIS configuration, you should make sure that it's not listening on the same ports as ShareScan. A complete list of ShareScan ports is available in the installation guide and on the next slide of this tutorial. Continuing on with our port discussion, you should either disable the local Windows firewall altogether or add the appropriate ShareScan exceptions listed in the installation guide. As mentioned earlier, here is the list of TCP and UDP network ports that need to be open between the ShareScan Manager PC and any of its connected MFP devices. This is important at customer sites who have larger networks with routers, switches, and other hardware or software firewalls that may block these ports. Here we can see how to quickly disable the Windows firewall through the control panel. Like firewalls, antivirus applications can also conflict with ShareScan when exceptions are not in place. Raw image and thumbnails from the scan device are stored in temporary directories on the ShareScan Manager. Antivirus software can interfere with these files in these directories, and is a known cause of several issues including device hangs, master file errors, and also missing pages. The particular subdirectories that need exceptions are listed in the ShareScan installation guide. For detailed steps on how to accept the directories, please review the documentation provided by your antivirus software vendor. You may or may not be familiar with the eCopy system. It acts as a knowledge base and a ticketing system and is a great resource for additional technical information on ShareScan. The knowledge base is searchable and contains answers to thousands of questions that might arise in the field. This particular issue is covered in Answer ID 1037. eCopy is available at https://ecopy.custhelp.com. If you have never accessed the site, you should start by creating an account. Once you've done this, you can search through the database based on Answer ID. You should also check whether you have a valid Java runtime environment. The version we're looking for here is version 6 update 22. You can double check your version by selecting the Java icon within the Windows control panel. This brief video shows the process within Windows XP. If your PC shows a different version, install Java runtime environment version 6 update 22 on the PC before proceeding. Failure to do so may cause an Apache Tomcat service failed to start error message during the installation process. You should also turn off automatic Java updates to ensure that the proper version of Java runtime is maintained on the PC. Here we can see how that's done through the Windows control panel. To further prepare for the installation, you should locate and download the latest ShareScan Service Pack and client software. You'll need to install the Service Pack after the install of ShareScan has completed. ShareScan Service Packs are cumulative in nature, so you only need to install the latest available. The ShareScan client is a necessary component to be loaded on the MFP in some installations. Your best resource here is the eCopy website, as you can download the latest Service Pack and the appropriate ShareScan client software. The eCopy URL is shown at the bottom of this screen. With our pre-installation considerations taken care of, let's now watch a video of the ShareScan installation process. The first step is to launch the installer executable, or if you have the CD media, to insert the ShareScan CD into the drive. The Self-Extractor utility opens to assist you in unpacking the installer files to your preferred location. Once this is done, the main installation window will appear. In this case, we'll select English as the install language. Be aware that it's possible to switch the language of the administration console after the fact to any of the other supported languages. Depending on the existing PC environment, the Install Shield wizard will prompt you to install any prerequisite components. Clicking Install will begin this process. You may have to wait a few minutes as the installation of the Microsoft .NET framework takes a little while and does require a restart of the computer. When the installation of the required software is complete, the ShareScan MSI will be extracted and the welcome page for the installation appears. Clicking Next continues the process and the customer information window opens, allowing you to enter your license key. There are several different types of license keys, those that are assigned to paying customers and others that are reserved for trial use, known as evaluation keys. There are other keys available for dealer showroom applications. These are referred to as NFR keys. Evaluation keys can be requested from the ESPN website and will be emailed to you, while NFR keys are requested by way of an eCopy ticket. After clicking Next, the end-user license agreement is acknowledged and your next choice will be for the installation destination folder. You can either accept the default folder, which is recommended, or select a different folder and then click Next. The Setup Type dialog box appears next and is by far the most critical choice to make during the process. It is here where you'll have the chance to select the program features you want to install. The Install Shield wizard offers you a number of customization options. If you select a complete install, SQL Server 2008 R2 Express is installed and a ShareScan database is automatically created. A custom install allows you to customize the installed components. Selecting that radio button will bring up the custom setup window shown here. Use this option if a customer opts to use their own SQL instance to host the ShareScan database. To select an existing SQL server, it's recommended that you use the Browse option. You will have to provide the appropriate SA credentials to connect to the database. In the event you cannot get an SA account, then you'll have to have the network administrator create a named instance of the SQL server for your purpose. We'll be showing a complete install in this video, but for more information on the ShareScan SQL options, be sure to view the ShareScan and the SQL database tutorials soon to be available on the Nuance Imaging YouTube channel. Once you've made your database selections and you click Next, The Ready to Install the Program window appears. Clicking Install will kickstart the rest of the installation. You will see a confirmation window appear at the end of this process. ShareScan is now installed, and we're ready to move on to the next step, which would be to apply the latest ShareScan service pack that you downloaded from one of the resources we mentioned earlier. After applying the service pack, the next step would be to focus on the client-side install. This process is dramatically different depending on the MFP manufacturer and whether or not you're performing an embedded install or a ShareScan install, and is therefore not a part of this tutorial. For all of the details regarding this step, you would want to consult the client-side install section of the ShareScan installation guide. After preparing the devices with their respective client files, you can launch the ShareScan administration console and begin the process of adding the devices to the manager. From the Home toolbar, click the Add Device button. The Add Devices window then appears. The window displays available eCopy-enabled devices along with information such as hostname, the IP address, the vendor, client software version, and the manager that is currently managing the device. If a device that you want to add does not appear in the list of available devices, select a different protocol in the Discovery List dropdown and then click Refresh. At that point, you would then select the device or devices you would like to add and click OK. Once the device is added, you're ready to begin configuring connectors and services and deploying your configurations to your devices. For more information about how to configure a variety of popular connectors, check out some of the other video tutorials that are available on the Nuance Imaging YouTube channel.